for the local kids as well.
Sure. I mean, UWF is a great academic institution, and it's got a great reputation. To be able to, we talk about athletics being the front porch of the institution, and now to be able to bring on football to our programs that are already existing and successful and in the community, to be able to, if a kid from Navarre or Fort Walton Beach decides to come to school here because the student life's increased, and to have that opportunity to go to a Saturday afternoon and watch a football game, plus give opportunities for student athletes that wouldn't have looked at the University of West Florida before. So it just creates a lot of neat opportunities.
Dave, could you take us through the process of how UWF has come as far as building the program? Yeah,
it's been a long process. I remember when we looked at Richard Berg, they did a thing on the 40th anniversary, and it was a book about athletics at UWF. And, the back page was football and how do we get there, and questions. Some of those same questions we had a few years ago. And part of it started with a visioning group that talked about where do we want to go from. Then we had football feasibility groups. Then we had student life, to look at all the ins and outs of how do we make this happen, because it can't be an athletic decision. It's got to be an institutional decision. It's a much larger project to bring on. So we went through all those processes and hit the positives that we needed to hit to move forward, and here we are today.
I see on the football scrimmage schedule, you got homecoming planned.
Oh, yeah.
That's great to see, isn't that?
Yeah, I mean, and
even though it's a scrimmage, you're going to have a football game and homecoming there.
Yep. I mean, we'll still have our traditional homecoming around soccer Friday night. Come back to.
Dave, hey, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for letting us be here to help celebrate this. It's a great day.
Oh, Paul, we're glad to be here. And Charlie, good luck this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Dave Scott, Athletic Director at the University of West Florida. It is Media Day, Football Media Day here at the University of West Florida. We're having fun. We're going to be with you all the way up until the noon hour, talking UWF football. Back with more as you're listening to the Sports Roundtable. Charlie Ward, Paul Chestnutt, Jeff Nichols here, our producer on ESPN Pensacola, 101.1 FM, 1450 AM. Welcome back to the Sports Roundtable Show, broadcasting from University of West Florida Media Day, along with Charlie Ward. This is Paul Chestnutt, Jeff Nichols, our producer on site. Adrian Culpepper back at the studio. We're having a lot of fun here at UWF Media Day. We're joined now by Brett Berg. He's the Associate Athletic Director of Development here at the University of West Florida. And Brett, hey, thanks so much for your time here. I know very busy day here, but congratulations to you. You're going to be feeling pretty proud right now. What's taking place?
Yeah, we're pretty excited, thankfully, to be able to bring college football to Northwest Florida, the Pensacola area. It's pretty exciting. We've been planning for it for literally 5 or 6 years. So to be able to get to this day where we're having a media day and introducing coaches and talking about when that scrimmage is going to be, when that first game is, we're pretty excited about it.
Well, let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about the Argonaut Athletic Club here.
The Argonaut Athletic Club is the official booster organization for UWF Athletics. And the one thing, wherever I go, the question I get every single place is, how do I get season tickets? How do I get season tickets? How do I get season tickets? Secondary question is, how do I get a parking place out at Community Maritime Park, the tailgate? So the best way to do that, obviously, is for our boosters. We have a booster club set up similar to a lot of other schools. A lot of people here locally are fans of other schools and are boosters there and know how it works, where they give and they earn priority points. It's very, very similar to that here, where people can give money, they become boosters, they become priority boosters, and they get priority points, so it helps them with the ability to get tickets. So our boosters will have the first shot at season tickets. So after all our boosters have the opportunity to buy season tickets, that's when it would go on sale to the general public. So what we try and make sure is we're telling people now, we've been telling them for over a year, is go ahead and join the booster club, start earning points. When you get points, you'll have the opportunity to get season tickets first.
That's good. Brett, how is the update? Give us an update on how the support is going and who's heading that up and what have you.
Sure, we're doing very well. Thankfully, the community is great supporters. Not only alumni, but it's interesting seeing we have people who want to be a part of the program and are giving to the program that have never had a connection to the University of West Florida. So it's nice to see the community get behind this. Obviously, our alumni, we have 70,000 alumni, and they're behind it. But to see people who our local from Pensacola that haven't had a connection with the university, getting that connection is great. Gordon Sprague is the chairman of our Football Founders Group, and he's helping us do a lot of fundraising with that. I actually talked to him the other day. He's in Vermont, and he's talking to people up there about UWF football right now. So he's doing a great job, and we've had a couple initiatives that we've done. We've done a kickoff squad initiative for uniforms, where we tried to get people to give money to support each uniform for the first season, and we completed that initiative last year, so we had 100% participation, over 100 uniforms supported. We started a locker initiative now, and the locker initiative is trying to get 121 lockers funded, and we have about 16 of those sold. We just launched it about 3 weeks ago, so we're continuing to push that. And our big group is called Football Founders, and that's the one that Gordon's helping run. And that group that's again, the question about season tickets is people say, how do I get them? Football Founders are the group that is helping start football. They're the only group that will ever help start that. So once we start playing, you can never become a football founder again. So this is your one opportunity to be a football founder, and that group is guaranteed the opportunity to buy season tickets. So they're the only people that have a guaranteed opportunity to buy tickets. So Football Founders is something we had a couple people the other night at our event at Seville Quarter sign up for Football Founders that night because they want the opportunity to be guaranteed season tickets. So we're continuing to promote that. And basically we have April 1st as a priority ticket deadline. So you have until that day to make a gift, to earn points, to have the opportunity to buy tickets.
Okay, Brad, let's picture it. There's nothing better than a Saturday afternoon, college football. So the Community Maritime Park, here we are, 2016. Share with us what you envision then for the games.
It's going to be amazing. I mean, like you said, there's nothing like college football. College football, there's no other sport that can compare. Nobody else has the tailgating and the atmosphere pregame, postgame like college football does. And in that park, on the bay, with that atmosphere in the fall, is just going to be absolutely beautiful. So what we'll have is the entire park will be set up for tailgating. We'll have people set up there. We'll have alumni tents, booster club tents. We'll have a kid zone. We have an Argy's Kids Club, so we'll have a kid zone at the new Rotary playground out there. We have a student tailgating section already designated. It'll be back by the amphitheater for our students, our fraternities, sororities, and clubs on campus. And that whole park is going to be pumping. We're going to have an Argo walk where the team gets dropped off and brought through the park. And we're going to have our fight song playing and really try and create that sense of a tie between the university and the community, because we are the community's university here in Northwest Florida.
Brad, hey, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Congratulations again. I know it's a special day here today.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out, and we're excited and look forward to having you guys down there at our games.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Brett Berg, Associate Athletic Director of Development at the University of West Florida. As you're listening to the Sports Roundtable show, Charlie Ward, Paul Chestnutt with you here on UWF Media Day. We're now joined by Cody Bielstein, who's Athletic Marketing and Sales Coordinator here at University of West Florida. Cody, hey, thanks so much for your time joining us here. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Before we get started, I want to drop off a few of our things, our promotional items we're going to give away, starting in our scrimmage. So, I brought some UWF paraphernalia for you and different things for y'all. So, but yeah, we appreciate y'all coming out and supporting us and getting some things going for UWF football.
Well, talk a little bit about season ticket sales and sponsorship opportunities, which are huge.
Yeah. Brett kind of mentioned it before. The first thing people ask is, how do we get season tickets? And right now they're not started. We don't have that on sale yet, but we have different steps that if you go online to goargos.com/footballtix, and that's TIX, you can fill out a football interest season ticket form, and then we have a brochure that kind of describes step by step how you can get involved, how you can buy those tickets, and how you what the prices are and where you'll be sitting during the games.
Cody, this is interesting as a marketing guy, and this upstart program, and most programs, have someone, a face that they can put on a program and kind of sell. Mm-hmm. What are your plans on trying to promote the program?
Yeah, I got here in January, and that was kind of one of the things that brought me to this job. I get to start football from the ground up, and Coach Shinnick's done a great job of kind of getting out there and getting people involved. And it's a great asset to have a head coach that's involved and out there talking to people like he is. Some places you can hardly get your head coach to go anywhere, but Coach Shinnick's an easy guy to help promote. He's always talking to everybody, giving information to where it makes our job easier as a front office staff when you have head coaches and assistant coaches that are willing to go out and be the face of a program, like you said.
Game day environment, just talk a little bit about it as Brett, shared his thoughts. What about your thoughts here?
We are a Division II program, and we have major universities around us, like the big Florida States and Floridas and South Alabama's in this area, and we're gonna strive to have a game day environment similar to that. We're gonna have the giveaways, we're gonna have the on-field presentations, the run-through tunnel. Brett mentioned the fight song. That's something we're working on to get out there to get people involved, standing up, clapping every time we score a touchdown. So we have aspirations and ideas and plans really to be just as involved and just as it's going to be an awesome environment like those bigger schools. So.
Got a lot of work to do, huh?
Yeah. We do. We every day we check stuff off our list, but we add more than what we check off. It seems like so.
Well, you have the inter-squad scrimmages, too, for that game day environment.
Yeah, we do. I was going to say that one downtown.
To help out with the marketing aspect.
Yeah, that one downtown is going to be huge for us. It's going to be like run for us, and that's going to be the only time we can kind of get down there to that stadium and kind of see what it's going to be like on game day. I can get my staff to get used to what they can expect. I'm sure they'll hear me yell every now and then, tell them they're in the wrong spot and everything. But we'll get used to it. We're getting ready. We're excited. It's a great opportunity for us as a school, a staff, and a football program and a community to have this come into this area.
You said you arrived in January, and I know we got to go to a break here. But tell us a little bit about yourself then.
Okay, yeah, I'm originally from South Mississippi. I went to University of Southern Miss, and it's a great traditional program for football. So getting to work on their program and kind of getting a transition to running it myself and. So I came from Southern Miss, was a GA for marketing there, then sold tickets for them. And so coming here to West Florida, I kind of get to do all of that at one stop. So it's fun, exciting time.
Cody, hey, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Good luck. All the best.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Cody Bielstein joining us here, Athletic Marketing Sales Coordinator at the University of West Florida. UWF Football Media Days. We're rolling along here. Got to take a break. Be back with more Sports Roundtable on ESPN Pensacola, 101.1 FM, 1450 AM. Welcome back. Wednesday edition Sports Roundtable show. We're having a lot of fun here at UWF Football Media Day, the first ever UWF Football Media Day, along with Charlie Ward. This is Paul Chestnutt, our producer, Jeff Nichols on site, Adrian Culpepper back at the studio. We're joined now by one of the assistant coaches, Coach Steve Saulnier. He's the assistant head coach, offensive line coach at UWF. And Coach, hey, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for congratulations. You got to be excited.
Very excited. 383 days to our first game. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can't wait. And looking forward to having the players here next week to actually coach someone and have a year of development. And that's one thing I love about coaching the offensive line. It truly is a position of development, of working hard. I always feel an O-lineman can become a very good offensive lineman if he wills himself to want to work. You could really will yourself to become a good offensive lineman if you're willing to work hard, make the commitment and dedication it takes. A little bit different than skill positions. Obviously, the quarterback position, running back, receiver. You have certain. I can't teach a wiggle or a certain instinct, but offensive line. I love coaching the offensive line.
Charlie, what about that? You got the days and the time down. That's part of being a coach, I guess.
Part of being ready.
Yes, sir.
You got the time down. Coach, offensive line. What do you have coming in? Because a lot of times the unknown is not really knowing, as far as the upstart program, really not knowing who you may have.
Sure.
So just talk a little bit about who you think you may have.
Sure, absolutely. And I don't want to offend anyone if I miss someone, but obviously we're very excited about the first group that we have coming in. We got a couple linemen from Jacksonville, we got a couple from Tallahassee, we got a couple here. So we're really, really excited about the competition that presents itself. And obviously, the world is run, your competition. So we're really excited. We're going to have incredible competition because obviously there are offensive line-wise, you have 5 positions open, the 2 tackles, the 2 guards, and the center is wide open. So it's going to be a very healthy competitive, atmosphere, of course. And then, we're looking for not just 5 players. We're looking for really want to be solid, 2 deep, of course, and also not just looking for starters. We're looking for Gulf South starters because we're playing, in my opinion, the best Division II conference in the country. People refer to as the SEC of Division II, and we could say that because 24 teams nationwide go to Division II playoffs. 4 came from the Gulf South last year, so we know we have our work cut out for us. That's for sure.
What do you plan to accomplish in the fall then?
Well, I plan on accomplishing a great atmosphere of obviously competitiveness and seeing who's obviously going to make the most of that opportunity, and who's going to obviously, step forth and willing to work hard and obviously who's going to separate themselves in that process, because it's definitely going to be a day-to-day process, and I think there's going to be some great surprises in a lot of ways. So we're very, very excited about that.
Coach, I know Coach Trickett down at Florida State. I'm sure you know of him. And he has a certain type of offensive lineman that he likes. And I was just curious to know if you had a certain type of offensive lineman.
Absolutely. No, that's great. And Coach Chris obviously is a great offensive line coach with a great reputation. And, he's been at it many, many years, of course. So, absolutely. No, with our offense, we got to make sure we have a guy who can run block and pass block, because we're running the spread offense. So one thing I love about our offense that when we go recruit an offensive lineman, he has to be just an effective run blocker as he is pass blocking, because also he's going to be out on screens as well too. So what we really look for is great hip flexibility and good. We were talking about great hip flexibility and shoulder stability, because as many times as we're punching, obviously and blocking, and then of course great hips really help. So great flexibility is very, very important. So we want just someone within the rules of the game. Obviously, you be as tough and as nasty as he can be between the whistles, and get after it. And we're going to play smart. We're going to play hard, and we're going to play together as an offensive line.
Coach, before we let you go, how's your son doing? I know last year we had the opportunity. We saw him at Tate playing Tate baseball, and he was a member of his first credit union prep star of the week as well. How's he doing?
Jacob is doing great. He's so excited. He's up in Alabama right now at Jefferson Davis Community College. They started Monday, and they're going at it all day, and he's loving it. And he loved his year at Tate, and I know Coach Blackman really enjoyed having him, and I really believe Jacob just was thankful for that opportunity. Got to meet some great people up there. Travis Fryman got to work with him in the offseason, which was a blessing in many, many ways. So, so Jacob's doing great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go
Argos. Thank you, Coach.
Coach Steve Saulnier, who's got it down to the pat, the days, the time, ready to go for the start of the first game. We're going to be joined here by O.C. Williams, defensive passing game coordinator, special teams as well. But Charlie, very energetic. Yeah, that's what you like to see in an assistant coach, huh?
Yes, he is energetic, and he looks good. It looks like he's in shape.
Well, he's going to get out there on the field.
Good football shape.
With the offensive linemen, and he's going to show them some drills, which he'll be doing pretty soon. But a very special day as you're listening to the Sports Roundtable show along with Charlie Ward. It's Paul Chestnutt. Jeff Nichols, our producer here, of course, back at the studio, as well as Adrian Culpepper. O.C. Williams, defensive passing game coordinator and special teams coach.
He's on the way.
He is going to be joining us here shortly here. And O.C. just put on the headsets there. It's Paul Chestnutt. Nice meeting you. You know Charlie Ward pretty well.
Yes, sir. Recruiting high school.
Yeah, recruiting over at Booker T. Washington High School. Congratulations. It's a very special day for you. Just share us your thoughts.
Very exciting time. Very exciting time. Just looking forward to getting going. We've been out here a few months just trying to get all the kids in school and get everybody acclimated to what we're trying to do as a coaching staff. But, come Tuesday, it's going to be time to play some ball, so we're looking forward to it.
What do you plan to accomplish then for the first time in the first fall that you got a bunch of players?
Yes, sir.
On the roster.
Mm-hmm. The first thing is just trying to get the kids understanding our culture. The culture we're going to try to develop down here. With the guys, that's the first and foremost. And then secondly, just trying to identify the guys that we feel like are going to be able to help us in the fall, and identify roles. We hopefully everybody stays and everybody's able to contribute. But just identifying those roles by having so many new guys that's primarily in the same class. You know, I mean, it's going to be 90% freshmen. So just identifying those roles and find out who can get out there and start, you know, come fall 2016, and who's a special teams guy and who's a scout team guy, so forth and so on. So that'd be our goal.
Well, Coach, I see that you're the passing game coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
Well, that's just, you know, I take care of the pass game as far as our opponents. You know, I coach the secondary, and then I'm the guy that kind of puts together the game plan for our secondary, along with our defensive coordinator, of course. You know, but I'm in charge of most of the opponent passing, making sure those guys are locked in to the coverages we're doing, and making sure my defensive backs are on the right page. So that's kind of my job.
Well, OC, hey, thanks for your time here. Really appreciate it. We're up against a break here, so we got to do that. But congratulations.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Special day. All the best to you in the fall.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
OC Williams, defensive passing game coordinator, special teams here at the University of West Florida. It's UWF Football Media Day. Charlie Ward, Paul Chestnutt with you, along with our producer, Jeff Nichols, Adrian Culpepper back of the studio, back with more Sports Roundtable on ESPN Pensacola, 101.1 FM, 1450 AM. Welcome back to the Sports Roundtable show on this Wednesday morning. We're to be at noon lunchtime. We're here at the University of West Florida Football Media Day. Very special day, along with Charlie Ward. This is Paul Chestnutt, our producer, Jeff Nichols on site, Adrian Culpepper back at the studio. And we got the head man here who's helped making it all happen, is the head football coach at the University of West Florida, Pete Shinnick. And Coach, hey, thanks for your time. Very special day. And I guess, you know, it's congratulations.
Well, thank you. No, a lot of hard work by a lot of people other than me to get to this point, but very excited what our administration has done to get us to this point. So thank you. Charlie, good to see you too.
It was good to see you too,
here.
Coach.
Your thoughts. I mean, you got the helmet, you got the uniforms, you got the schedule, you got the roster. It's all coming together, isn't it?
Well, no, it is. And I mean, it's I've had a great staff do a lot of things to get us to this place. And Jamie Deese helped with the design of the helmet and the uniform to get us there. And O.C. Williams and I worked on getting the schedule, the non-conference, and the conference schedule was already set. But when you start from nothing, you know, everything has to be checked off the list. And so, you know, what kind of socks they're going to wear, what color belt they're going to have, all of those things need to be decided. I got a great staff that's helped me do that, and very, very thankful for where we're at right now.
Coach, I know you're excited, just as the Pensacola community is, about you starting up football here. And I was just curious to know, and maybe you can share with us, what is your first speech going to be like?
To the team.
To the team.
Well, there's a couple of first speeches. You know, we have a team meeting August 18th at 3:30. So that one is going to be as much of welcome. We're fired up that you're here, and you've got an opportunity to be a part of something very special. And then it also incorporates, here's our expectations for you. And so there are, you know, rules and guidelines. So you go from the excitement and enthusiasm of being here to, okay, now this is how it needs to play out. And then we don't practice until the 20th. So before we go out on the 20th, that's a different, you know, speech. And then before the first scrimmage, and then before the first game. So working on, you know, learning the temperament of that team for everything other than that first meeting and first practice to see where we need to go with that.
Well, Coach, what do you plan to accomplish then in the fall?
A tremendous amount, a very ambitious schedule, to be honest with you. Without playing any games and without going against outside competition, we want to put these guys through a pretty good program to see who can start in the Gulf South Conference.
Well, Coach, what are you going to do from the first day they come until the first day they hit the field?
Sure. No, and it's really from August 18th to August 23rd is a mini fall camp. So just like if we were going to do it next year, we'll meet and we'll practice and we'll take up all of their time. August 24th, school starts. And between August 24th and November 15th, we will do combinations of game weeks, what it would look like during the season, and combination of a spring ball week. And so we varied what that looks like in order to, put our team in the best position to develop and grow.
Coach, you hit it pretty hard. I mean, you got the state breakdown of your roster. Okay, 15 from Alabama, 85 from Florida, 4 from this area in the Pensacola area, 1 Mississippi, 1 Missouri, 1 North Carolina, 1 Texas, 1 Virginia, and 1 from Germany.
Is it the kicker?
There you go. There you go. So yeah, we've been very fortunate, and we spend a lot of time in Alabama and Florida. Those are the two that I think that's 100 of our team. That is the focus. The others is just the attention that the university has gotten and the degrees that we offer, and the interest that young men have going, hey, you have football and you have my degree. And when it matches up what we see with them academically and athletically, then we're interested.
Your thoughts on the schedule? You open up against Ave Maria. I know it's in 2016, but then your second game will be played at home.
It will be played at home, and to get Missouri S&T, a Division II institution, and then Chowan, another Division II institution, we feel like we'll be challenged each week with a brand new program. And it was very interesting in this process as we were calling people and communicating with people, trying to get those non-conference games. We actually had people turn us down. We actually had, say, hey, we got a game. Would you guys be interested in playing? And they're like, we don't think so.
Coach, I do see on your schedule, you talked about those first couple of games, but the fourth game is Valdosta State. And what's your goal going into that game?
Well, what an amazing way to start your conference schedule against a team that's won 3 national championships. And so we think it's very fitting, though, based on, what our league is like. Because last year, Valdosta, finished in the top of the league, but wasn't necessarily the best team in the league. We've got our work cut out for us.
Coach, thanks so much for letting us be here. Congratulations.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys for coming up to campus.
All right, Coach Pete Shinnick, that does it for the Sports Roundtable. For Charlie Ward, this is Paul Chestnutt, Jeff Nichols, Adrian Culpepper. Have a great Wednesday. You've been listening to Sports Roundtable on ESPN Pensacola.